Hello, beautiful friend, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome in if you're new here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Sorry for my absence. I lost a couple family members back to back. I will get back to doing weekly readings once I feel up to it. Today, I'm going to be doing shadow work readings on love for those that have sun, moon, rising, any inner planets in a cardinal sign. Cardinal signs are Cancer, Aries, Libra, and Capricorn. Please keep in mind that this is going to be a general reading, so everything I say is not going to stick with you. Please take what does and leave the rest. There's a fear of speaking up for what you really want or for what you really need, and this could also come out as not knowing what you want and what you need. And both of these could be clouded with your environment of how you were raised or with how you saw the relationships growing up. So with fear, it's about not speaking up of what you really want because there's sort of like an abandonment issue or a fear or a trauma that hasn't been dealt with, or you feel that you don't deserve it, so you don't want to speak up, you don't want to get rejected. There's something that's holding you back, and not just in your romantic relationships. This also comes out in your areas of life with like your job or with other family members. And with not knowing of what you really want, it could be clouded because growing up, you could have been told that you need or that you want a certain thing in life to be happy. And so you feel that you need that in order to be happy. So you can't have a relationship until you get that. And with both of them, it's a lot of lies that you need to dissect and go through and see which ones actually fit you and which ones don't. It's sort of like a puzzle, and you're gonna have pieces of other puzzle boards that aren't yours, but they were given to you and they told you like, hey, this is a part of your puzzle, and you've been carrying it around and it hasn't really fit, and it's just been causing problems with all the other puzzle pieces in your life. But you always thought that you needed to make that fit, so you always tried to make it work. So you need to examine what pieces you have in your life that are not part of your puzzle, that are not supposed to be there and are actually causing more harm than helping you grow in your relationships. This could turn into having resentment for somebody, and it comes out with you having petty actions or petty remarks towards them, or not liking somebody and you just don't know why, or they rub you the wrong way, or having a history of all of your relationships, including friendships, falling out. And even though they might have not all been your fault, it could have had something to do with this reaction. Because in any relationship, it's almost always going to take two people to have blame in it. Most of the time, you're also gonna have to accept the blame when you don't see the red flags. And a lot of the times that gets overlooked, and it's so easy just to say, well, they really hurt me, or they were really mean to me, or they cheated, or they did A, B, and C. And yeah, they might have done that, but there were red flags before that happened. And if you don't acknowledge those red flags, that trauma is going to keep repeating in relationships. And I feel that for the fear of not speaking up and not knowing what you want, it's a mixture of seeing that as a child, as you saw growing up somebody putting up with a lot of red flags and they weren't speaking up of how it was hurting them, or they weren't defending themselves. And so you took that as this is what love is supposed to be. And that's a part of the puzzle pieces of, like I said, that don't really fit. Now let's dive further into the reading. So what came out is Seven of Pentacles and Queen of Cups. This combination is about getting lost and being impatient. So a lot of this trauma that I talked about earlier could also be going into your work life, and you might be having trouble finding what your life purpose is or what career actually makes you happy. And a lot of that comes from you not really investing the patience into finding out who you really are and not investing the patience into your growth. This could look like as you need sort of a certificate or you need a degree in order to advance in the job that you really want or desire, or to have the life that you really want, but you don't have the patience, or you tell yourself that you don't have the patience for that. And that keeps you in a loop of just going from job to job to job, and you're just not really happy, not knowing why, and you're not taking a look within yourself. Because there's a lot of certificates out there that could really help you change your life within 3 to 9 months. But it all depends if you're really willing to put in the work to learn something new. And a lot of this for you comes out as you take it or you translate it as you don't have the patience for it. But it's more like you don't have the self-esteem, or you don't feel that you're worthy of doing something like that, of actually making the changes and keep pushing forward towards them. You don't feel you have that possibility, that energy, or it's just not meant for you. And for some others of you, it's you getting lost in your emotions, and this is what gets in the way or what triggers past memories, and it's trauma that brings it to the forefront, like to life, and you react in that way. So what this could look like is, let's say that your parents, whenever you were in trouble, you did something wrong, even if you didn't do it wrong, when they were about to punish you, they always sighed. They always took a deep breath and were just like, ah, and then you got in trouble and then they yelled at you. So in a relationship now, when your partner does that, you instantly react like if you're in trouble, and you try to find out what you did wrong. So it's bringing that trauma from the past into now when it's not going on and it's not even happening. And that trigger might be innocent and it might not have caused an argument or something, but there are some triggers within you that do come up that do cause an argument. And it's because of how you're taking that trigger, or more of how you're reacting to that trigger. Instead of talking to them or coming from a place of vulnerability of, hey, when I was younger, this and this happened to me, so when you do this and this, it triggers me. And a lot of the times, the reason why you can't have the conversation is because, like I said in the beginning of the reading, you don't know yourself fully enough to understand that. You haven't really explored those puzzle pieces to put them together to see which ones don't fit. And not doing that, it's creating a lot of disservice towards yourself, and it's bringing up a lot of trauma responses in your life that are not helping you be vulnerable with yourself or connect with other people. They could also be blocking you from growing in a career or a job that would really help you have the life that you desire, but you're keeping yourself from that because you don't have you don't believe that you deserve it. And this could be from fear, and this one could be coming from because you don't know what you want or what you need in a relationship. And the fear people, or the fear group of this reading, fear is something that's been holding you back for a long time, and it's also something that's keeping you from going within yourself. And pride is what's keeping the other group that I talked about earlier of not knowing what you want and what you need. it's your pride, because it's coming from a place of where you think you know better, or somebody told you that this is what's going to make you happy. So you have this idea of, I need this, but you're not exploring what this really is and if you actually really need it. I hope that this reading resonated with you. Please let me know in the comments.